Hey guys, it's LukeMan97. Welcome back to another video in World of Warships Blitz. And as you can see today, we're again looking at another US ship, as you can see with the little flag waving back there. We've actually been on a roll recently looking at US ships that we had the Dallas review last week. But today we're actually going to be looking at a ship that actually existed in real life. And it's another one of the light cruiser line, because I'm currently grinding that line. And today we're looking at the Tier 7 light cruiser, the Brooklyn. So, history on the Brooklyn. Well, it actually was, I think it was something like a class. It was definitely before the Cleveland class, but it was built in 1937, it says. At least the first one was. But yeah, it had 15 6-inch guns, which was a lot of guns, honestly. 5 triple turrets, and yeah. So there was actually a subclass of it too. So let's go ahead and compare it. And we're actually going to be comparing it because there's nothing in the tech tree to compare it to. We're going to be comparing it to the Tier 7 premium light cruiser, the Helena, because the Helena was actually from the Brooklyn class as well. So the Helena was actually from the Brooklyn class's subclass, the St. Louis class. So if you guys don't know what a subclass is basically where there's a couple ships that are still Brooklyn class, basically, but maybe they were changed a little bit, like modernized or something, so they're called a subclass because they're a little bit different than the Brooklyns. So as we can see, the Brooklyn gets an extra FAA charge, but the Helena gets radar instead of the sonar you get on the Brooklyn. Brooklyn gets slightly more hit points. Yeah, as you can see, it says St. Louis class, not Brooklyn class, but it was still from the Brooklyn class. Just look at it as the Brooklyn class is like the big umbrella over it all, and then beneath that is the St. Louis class. And no, not the and no, I'm not talking about the Tier 3 St. Louis, obviously, not that. Anyways, back to the comparison. On the Brooklyn, we have better acceleration, but Helena has better maneuverability. As far as the guns, the main guns are exactly the same on both of these. Brooklyn actually gets a better range, though. The secondaries, it's where the two differ. Helena, since it was from the St. Louis class, which was a subclass of the Brooklyn class, it was actually outfitted with 4 double dual-purpose mounts as secondaries, whereas the Brooklyn has 8 single mounts as secondaries. Brooklyn actually does slightly more damage, probably to make up for that the secondaries are less modern. But what other ship has those L-38 Mark 12 dual-purpose secondaries? Well, that would be the North Carolina. The North Carolina has the 127 L-38 Mark 12 secondaries there. So that's kind of the secondaries that the Helena has, except the Helena has 2 on each side. But same secondary salvo as Brooklyn. I mean, Brooklyn has 4 single mounts on each side. Helena has 2 double mounts on each side, so it adds up to the same thing. As far as AA, Helena was a bit more updated with AA, so it had better large caliber, but actually worse small caliber. I think the reason why it has better large caliber than Brooklyn adds up to the fact that it has those dual purpose turrets, because I don't think the single mounts on Brooklyn are dual purpose. So yeah, that's probably why it has better large caliber. And Brooklyn has a better surface detection. Okay, so as far as elite bonus, by the way, this is a great Tier 7 ship to keep around if you like it, which I've been enjoying this thing immensely so far, because you can just annoy people to death. It's almost like, I'm not going to say it's a Friesland, because obviously it doesn't have smoke and it has a citadel, it's not a destroyer, but you know what, you get the point. You can annoy people like crazy with this, because it only has like an 8-second reload and a lot of guns. So even if you don't set fires, the fact that you're just constantly spamming is kind of annoying to people. I know, I've been annoyed by these things before. Anyways, I chose AA specialization for the elite bonus because escort specialization's okay, I guess, but this thing, I put a full AA build on it because when you put the def AA up and planes fly over you, you can swat them down pretty good. So carrier players, make note of that and don't fly your planes over Brooklyns or any U.S. light cruisers for that matter. Can get historical camo, which if you want to keep this around is a great choice. Gives you hit points, firing range, large caliber AA range, and torpedo damage reduction. Battle honors are just typical tech tree battle honors. Booster, money and XP, and then later on some resources for the shipyard. Yeah. Okay, supplies, I went with AA ammo, obviously, because this is an AA ship. Improved crew rations, and refined diesel, because it's not the quickest. And as far as modules, I went with main battery mod 2 because it reduces the reload and might as well build it for reload here. And then I just, like I said, did a full AA build, AA defense mod 2 and a defense mod 1. Commander skills, underwater protection expert. I would take battlefield support and take this even if you're just training, even if you're just grinding through the Brooklyn and training a commander for the line. I would recommend it because even the Worcester at tier 10 has both sonar and AA defense. Okay, so adding an extra AA defense charge isn't really necessary because it already has 3, but the sonar is kind of useful. And even if you look at the Worcester at tier 10, the Worcester only has 2 charges of sonar as well, so it would be useful to add that. You'll get 4 AAs, but it's useful. High alert, AA defense, obviously, to maximize your skill. Survivalist, recon and surveillance to maximize sonar skill. Fully prepared, extinguisher, or you could go adrenaline rush. Demo expert, compartment maintenance. Probably IFHE because the only time you're going to be firing AP is maybe at destroyers at mid-range or poorly armored light cruisers, and definitely at aircraft carriers. But against battleships and heavy cruisers and destroyers at close range, you're going to be using the HE. And probably horizontal protection expert. Alright, let's get into a battle. I don't know why it's set for AI. Let's get into a battle. So yeah, if you guys are new players to the game, you might think, oh, what's the point of having poorly armored cruisers with only guns and no torpedoes? Well, yeah, that's what I used to think. I used to be like, why does the U.S. not have any torpedo cruisers after Tier 5? Like, after the Omaha, the heavy cruiser line doesn't have torpedoes and the light cruiser line doesn't. Well, number one, it's historically accurate. The U.S. didn't build too many torpedo cruisers. And number two, it's just the way it is. Okay, we're up against Ashitaka, New Mexico, Dallas, Bot Alba, Mahan, Gallant, and Bot Fubuki.
Action station.
So yeah, I don't know why after the Omaha class, U.S. didn't build too many torpedo cruisers. I think the Atlanta class was one of the only ones that actually had torpedoes. They built mostly all gun cruisers.
Well done.
I used to think that they were kind of useless cruisers with only guns, but they definitely have their place. The heavy cruisers can hit pretty hard with the armor piercing, and even the HE on the heavy cruisers works. And the light cruisers are just a pain to deal with when they're trying to HE spam you. Like, especially at tier 10, Worcesters can be such a pain because they have such a short reload, like 4 seconds or something, and they can just be spamming you like crazy, and there's nothing you can do about it because they always turn away every time you try to shoot at them. One thing about these American guns, though, I don't know if I mentioned this in the Dallas video, they're extremely floaty. They don't have much power, so you have to... That's actually a pretty good shot. You have to compensate for that by aiming quite a ways out in front, like that, so that when the shots actually come down, they actually hit. There we go. I might take 2 of these torps because this New Mexico is going to block me in, idiot. Ah, oh, come on. Yeah, these guns here can be extremely murderous against destroyers. Also, oh, that was our own teammate shooting at me. It's weird. Anyways, Ashitaka and okay.
Good job.
It's either New Mexico. I think the Ashitaka is going to come out on this side. There is no carrier in this game, so we can't make use of our good AA, sadly. But there's the Ashitaka. I think he's behind that rock.
Nice move. Enemy base.
Taffy 3. I mean, the Brooklyn does get secondaries, but like I said, there are only 4 single mounts on each side, so it's not like they're really going to be useful. I mean, if you're using your secondaries in a U.S. light cruiser, or, yeah, if you're using your secondaries in a U.S. light cruiser, you're probably too close. Unless it's a destroyer, then, I don't know what that Ashitaka is doing. Like he's backing up, maybe. I better get out of here. That's 2 BBs over there. I don't want to deal with this. Yep, he's shooting at me.
Nice shot.
Ow, that hurt.
The situation is under control.
Took out 2 of our turrets. I think we need those back. Too bad we had to waste a Damacon on that, but I could use some backup, guys.
SOS!
How are they still... What? How are they still even hitting me? He reloaded so quick. I really don't even know what happened there. I mean, yeah, I was in a light cruiser with no armor, but I don't know how that Ashitaka reloaded so quick. Like, I think he had just fired a salvo. Looks like our New Mexico is going to lose this duel against their New Mexico, so... Yeah, because the Ashitaka is also shooting at him. Yeah, so it looks like we might lose this, but... Wow, another one of his turrets got shot off. Both of his front turrets are gone. There he goes.
Nice move.
We're behind quite a bit on points. If they could kill that Gallant and then not have any of our team die, then we might be able to win, but I don't know if they'll be able to do that, so... Yeah, that was a very disappointing battle in the Brooklyn. Only got 9,000 damage. This morning I was playing in it, and I got like, I don't know, 116,000 damage in a battle, which I don't think I've ever done that much before in a Brooklyn, or in a cruiser, period. But yeah, I really wish I could record the good games and not the bad games. It always happens this way, where I always have really, really good games when I'm not recording, and then when I'm recording, we have horrible games and I lose. It makes me look like I'm bad at the game. But yeah, I mean... Yep, and that Fuso dying just sealed our defeat.
Well done.
I don't know why he's saying well done, but... Yeah, I wish I would have been recording earlier when I had that really good game in the Brooklyn. It was a really, really good game. Yeah, we had a really trash team here, and they had a really good team. I mean, you saw it in the loading screen. That Ashitaka was a legend player like me, and he was also a striker, which I think I don't know what title you get. Let's. I know we're gonna lose this, so let's just leave and go see. I don't know what title striker actually is. Striker. That's 500 double strike medals. I only have 27 of those, so yeah, he's definitely a pretty good player. And he was in an Ashitaka too, and they had a Gallant and a couple other legend players. So yeah, our team just wasn't very good at all. You could tell. I mean, I hate that when you get put on bad teams, like where you try to play your best, but your team doesn't support you, and so you get killed really quick, and then you just have to watch your team suck the rest of the battle. It drives me crazy when that happens. I'm going to give it a second before we get into the next battle, because I don't want to just go up against the same team again. That would suck. So, I'll try to wait. Okay, hopefully they're in a battle now. Let's get into a battle. I mean, hopefully if we do go up against them again, we at least have a better team than last time. Okay, no, this is better. We're up against Ranger, Bismarck, Francesco Corucciolo, New Orleans, Shores, Black Scone, and Mayhem. Now that guy in the Shores, Jedi Master CW, he's pretty good, but I mean, I think he's pretty good. I haven't really, I played against him before, but yeah, we'll see. See, what do we get? West Virginia, Poltava. That's a pretty good tier 7. Algerie, Brooklyn, Black Scone, and Akatsuki. And Ranger. Okay, so there is aircraft carriers in this battle, so we'll be able to use our AA if they decide to fly over us. Like I said, 4 AA defense charges are kind of an overkill, but I took that skill more for the sonar than for the AA defense because, you know,
Enemy aircraft incoming.
looks like
Enemy aircraft incoming.
Okay, their torpedo bombers might be coming for me.
Anti-aircraft gun on full alert.
Somehow still caused a flood even though I dodged most of them.
Captured the area. Our team captured the area.
We only got 1 aircraft there because there was an Algerie right beside. I mean 2 aircraft because we did help shoot down the entire squadron, but there was an Algerie beside us that stole most of the aircraft kills, so I don't mind though. He was helping out with AA. Okay, looks like Black Scone is running sonar. That's good. That Mayhem, I don't know where he's going. I think he's going around the island as soon as the Black Scone sonar runs out, which I think it did. If the Mayhem goes undetected, I'll run sonar, but he's not undetected yet.
Enemy torpedo spotted.
And the Algerie successfully torped him. I gotta get out of here though, the Bismarck's shooting at me and I can't. Well, I've lost one of my guns, but we still have a... It's not the biggest deal if you lose 1 turret, you still have 12 guns. Okay, good, he stopped shooting at me. There's a fire, and he's on flooding too. Yeah, we're just tearing this Bismarck apart. That's one thing with the Brooklyn, it's not very good at keeping your turrets safe. Like, a lot of the time, the turrets will get shot off, like, very easily. And the Scone steals it, but that's fine. Okay, here comes the Francesco Corucciolo. I don't want to get on his bad side either, because the Italian has SAP, and he could definitely mess me up with that, because I don't have much armor. But see, this is how you play the Brooklyn. You just be a pest to everybody by just constantly spamming HE at the battleships and, you know, just all around being annoying. Also, he's getting wrecked by the carrier and the Scone as well. There we go, we got our full 15-gun salvo back, finally.
Enemy aircraft incoming.
And the Scone steals it once again.
Good job.
Kind of getting salty about that, but whatever. Sonar up in case the Scone launches torps, but I think he's focused on the Ranger. Oh, I'm surprised. Oh, he must have already torped the Ranger, and he's out of torps for now. But I think that thing has a pretty fast reload, so... Look at what your guns can do to destroyers. There we go. If that Ranger can Damacon the fire, he could survive, but I think he doesn't have a Damacon, so he's gonna die. I was gonna say I saved the Ranger, but I actually didn't because he didn't have a Damacon. Okay, what cruiser is that? That's the Shores, Jedi Master. Or no, it could be New Orleans. Let's see, what does it look like? Yeah, it looks like a Shores. I guess I probably should heal up a little bit. So yeah, if the aircraft carrier targets you and you only a lot, then you can definitely probably get a Clear Skies medal in this thing. I've been like one plane away from getting a Clear Skies medal before, but yeah, oh my goodness, what happened to the turret? But yeah, the aircraft carrier has to focus on you, though. If it doesn't focus on you, you're not going to shoot down enough, probably. Because the large caliber on the Brooklyn isn't the greatest. It's the small caliber that's really good. So, yeah. Looks like they already killed the Shores, so that's good. Not really anyone for me to shoot right now, but while we're just waiting around, and it's pretty boring. One thing about the Brooklyn is it does suffer from the turret bug. If you don't know what the turret bug is, it's where if a ship has a turret like awkwardly placed, just like the Takao, the Japanese cruiser, or the Izumo Japanese tier 9 BB. If it has a turret that like faces backward, like the third turret in the front on the Brooklyn, then if you turn your aiming cone too far away, the turret will automatically start rotating to the other side. See, I turned it too far away, and look how far the turret has turned away already. Yeah, I don't know why it does that, but yeah, they're going after the aircraft carrier, which is over there. Yeah, I think it's over there. And the Poltava's, okay, the New Orleans is over here somewhere. I think he's being, oh, the New Orleans just died. Okay. I might as well head out towards the carrier then. Never mind, he died as well. Okay, well, that was a better battle than last time. We had a much better team that time. Oh, well, I can see why now. We had an ARIM player. I don't know, I mean, we might have had a couple ARIM players. Let's see. No, we only had one ARIM player, but he took MVP. Good job, team. It's a pretty good team, but yeah, Brooklyn definitely a good option at tier 7. Perfect for annoying battleships like crazy and taking care of destroyers. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.